Hi, my name's Brett Slosher and I'm the founder of Prebuck.
And I'm Tyler Kukovich. I'm a sales representative for Prebuck, and today Brett and I will be walking through the installation of a window and door buck. So before we get into the installation, we want to walk you through the tools that we recommend using when installing the Prebuck window and door bucks.
First thing to remember is your safety equipment on the job site. You want a hard hat, you want glasses, and you're going to want some gloves. If you're using a metal L angle on the job site, we do recommend you're going to need some tin snips. You're also going to need some type of a grinder, metal grinder. Using the 6-stick cutting out your portholes, you're going to want a hole saw to cut out your portholes. You're also going to need, for putting corners together and that, you're going to need an impact wrench, screwdriver, hammer, square, pencil.
Yeah, again, you know, going back, this is going to be all 16-foot sticks of material, and once you start assembling that, after it's been cut, you're going to want your square to make sure that unit's square. When you're cutting material, you're going to want marking utensils, you know, a pencil or a marker here. You're going to want to make sure that unit is level and plumb. You're going to need a tape measure. Again, make sure everything's measured correctly. Here we have framing screws, but you can also use framing nails as well to assemble the unit. Here's a circular saw that can be used to cut the material to length. You know, again, you're dealing with 16-foot material. You may want a compound miter saw on site as well to make those cuts. Here we have some window flashing for after the window's installed. You can flash that out properly. In the same vein, here's some spray foam, again, making sure everything is sealed correctly after the installation. So I just want to take a minute to talk about storage. When it's shipped to the job site and it's sitting around, you want to make sure it's off the ground, covered, and then once you install that unit and the construction process has started, it is fine for that material to be exposed. Just don't leave any standing water on it. Now that we have our cut station all set up and I have my 16-foot material up here, we're going to walk through cutting this window opening. For this unit, it's a 36 by 36 inch rough opening. And so for a 36 by 36 rough opening, that means our head is going to be 39 inches, overhanging the 1.5 on either side and sitting on those side jambs. The side jambs are going to be 37.5 inches long, and our sill is going to sit in between those side jambs and be 36 inches. So first, what we're going to do with our 16-foot board, we're going to cut that 39-inch head. I'm going to take my tape measure and my pencil. I'm going to find 39 inches here. So I have 39, you're going to mark it on your board. You want to cut each piece individually and mark it that way, and not just mark my 39 and then my 37.5, because there is going to be a saw blade cut there, and you want to make sure all your pieces are cut correctly. After you make your marking, use your square to square up that board. Make sure that that cut is exact. You're going to mark your board. Take my circular saw, make sure I'm lined up on the board, and cut the board exactly at 39 inches. So now that we've cut all our material for this 36 for 36 inch rough opening window, we have all of our pieces. We have our 36 inch sill, our 39 inch head, and then our two 37.5 inch side jambs. Now we're going to walk through putting this together. One thing to note, Prebuck has the dovetails in the back. Always make sure that this is going to the concrete side of the wall. The concrete is actually going to integrate itself in these dovetails. So I'm going to pull this to the side, and Brett here is going to put together this unit. When assembling these, you want your head to sit on top of your side jambs so that the pressure coming from the concrete from above is coming down onto the side jamb. And then with your sill is going to sit inside of the side jamb so that the concrete pressure coming from the side is pushing against the sill that way. We're going to put 3 fasteners. In our case here, we're using screws. We're going to put 3 in each corner. You can use screws or framing nails. Now that Brett has completed putting the sill, attaching that to the side jamb, he's going to attach the head again to the side jamb. This is shown with only one side on, but now Brett's going to move on to getting this other side assembled, and then we can move on to getting it installed in the wall. Now that we have our window unit assembled, head on top of side jamb, sill, inside a side jam, dovetails facing towards the concrete. Now we're ready to set our unit in our wall. We're gonna set our unit on the wall, make sure it's flushed up. We're gonna make sure that the unit is square, which it is. And then from there, our recommended step is to add all your internal bracing and any other support. And then you can continue stacking block around the unit and work your way through the project. Please refer to your ICF block manufacturer's installation instructions for any additional information regarding support around the opening. Another option Prebuck offers is our metal L-angle. The metal L-angle is 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and it's installed on the outer edge of the buck system. This system can be installed with screws or nails, whatever you deem as the appropriate fastener. It helps align the buck on the ICF within the wall. As you can see here, it's flushed up with the outside edge of this buck. We typically recommend to get a screw started here to align it, another fastener on the other end to make sure both sides are aligned properly with this edge. We'll continue fastening and make sure it's secure. On this 3x3 window, you can see we have 5 fasteners here, and that's plenty sufficient to hold that metal in place and install it in the wall. In addition to aligning your buck within the wall, it also helps resist the concrete pressure during concrete placement and alleviates the need for additional support around that opening.
About a 6 to 8 inch distance between your fasteners.
Also, another good practice when installing this metal, you can see here we have the head and the side jam sitting under it. Again, good practice is just to run this metal up and over the head as well, and you'll do the same thing from the sill to the side jam, but that just adds extra fastening strength here with this screw coming in from this side, and then you have the screw coming in when you fasten the head into the side jam. Now that we have the metal L-angle installed on the inside and outside edge of the buck, we can now place this unit on the ICF wall. Now you can see how the metal L-angle helps align the unit on the wall, and it's going to help resist the force of the concrete during concrete placement. Much like the other buck with no metal, you want to make sure this is a square unit. You want to add any internal bracing and then refer to your ICF manufacturer's installation guide to put any additional support needed around that opening. And with that, the buck's installed. It's just that easy. If you have any questions, please reach out to the 800 number below or visit our website, and good luck on the job site.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed what you saw, be sure to like and subscribe. To watch the next video, click on the link here.